Hi students, my name is Satyam, lecturer in Computer Science and Applications, Government Degree College for Women's, Jagityal. Today's topic is C preprocessors. Today we will discuss about the concept of preprocessors in the C language. Then, before discussing about this topic, first of all, we have to discuss how the C program is executed by the compiler. That is very important. So, from this execution steps of the program, we will understand how the preprocessors will work in the execution method. Okay, for that purpose, now we will see steps involved from the stage of writing a C program to the stage of getting it executed. Means while the C program is written, then it is saved, and after completion of the saving, we do the compiling. If compile process will success, then you will run the program. That means in the run mode, the C program is executed. Okay, then it get be result. So from the writing of C program to the stage of getting executed, okay, what are steps involved between writing of C program to the getting of C execution methodology? Today we have observed. Then after completion of the execution, the C program result will be displayed on your output screen. So we have to understand the preprocessors. First of all, how many steps involved from the stage of writing of C program to the stage of getting it executed. Okay, you should concentrate on that stages, that steps, then automatically you know the what is the importance of preprocessors in the C program execution. Then comes to steps. First, handwritten program. That means the C program which is logically thinked by the programmer and written on the particular paper or whatever it may be. So that handwritten program is converted as the C source code, C language source code programming with the help of text editor. Means editor is a place it is accept the coding and save the coding, means program, and it editor is used to compile and editor is used to execute. Okay, so that means editor is nothing but a software, a application software is storing the programs and saving the programs and compiling the programs and executing the programs. The type of place means the type of application of a particular language is called as the editor. Same just like that, C language also have the C editor. The editor is convert our handwritten program into C source code. This is the step number 1. When the C source code is available on the text editor, then simply you save the program with the help of F2 keyword, F2 key. Then the C source code program means the programmer design a program successfully, then save the program successfully in the text editor, then that will be compiled. That means if any syntactical errors are available or not, we have to verify. The verification process of syntactical rules on the program is called as compilation. After compilation of the program, then what will happen? With the help of Control F9 key, then the C source program is executed. That means, so the C source code is converted into execution mode. So when the C source code successfully saved and compiled successfully, then it is entering into the execution mode. In the execution mode, first the C source program is converted into the expanded source code. Means, so for example, a programmer written some 30 lines of program, then that is converted into some 300 or above 300 lines, whatever it may be, okay, length of the program. So the source code will be expanded, okay, that means it will be elaborated, okay. So then that C source program is converted into expanded source code with the help of preprocessors. So this is the topic of today's class, that is what are the preprocessors in the C language. Okay, so how the C preprocessors convert C source program into the expanded source code. Okay, so this is the very important topic which we will discuss today's class. Today's class is preprocessors available in the C language. So C source code is converted into expanded source code with the help of C preprocessors. Okay, so now what will happen? Today we will discuss this topic. Then in the step-by-step process, then what will happen? Now the preprocessor will convert C source code into the expanded C source code. The expanded C source code is converted into object code with the help of compiler. So compiler is nothing but a language providing an application. It is nothing but internally it is a programming. This programming, that means the compiler will compile total expanded source code into convert into the object code. Okay, so now that object code is convert into executable code with the help of linkers. Okay, so the linkers is a like compiler, like it is an application available internally, a C language. The linkers, okay, will convert object code into executable code. Now the final stage of our handwritten program is converted into executable code. Okay, then the executable code is entering into the processor. Then the processor will execute this executable code and return the answer, return the output on your output screen. Okay, like that handwritten program is converted with text editor as C source code. C source code is converted using preprocessors as expanded C source code. The expanded C source code is converted into the object code with the help of compiler. So the object code is convert as executable code with the help of linkers. The executable code will execute by the processor available in the CPU, then it will give the result. These are the steps involved from the handwritten program to executable code. Now today's class we will discuss the preprocessors concept. The preprocessors, how it convert from our C source code to expanded C source code. Today's class we will discuss this topic. Okay, now preprocessors definition. Now what is the preprocessors definition? Means the C source code is converted into the expanded source code when it is entering into the execution with the directives preprocessing that are called preprocessor directives. This is the definition of the preprocessors. Okay, what is the main aim? What is the main use of preprocessors? Mean the source code is converted into the expanded source code with the help of these preprocessors. Okay, so to do this work, the conversion from the source code to the expanded source code, okay, so this work is done by preprocessors directives. These preprocessor directives are called as the preprocessors. Okay, so actually what is the meaning of preprocessor? Preprocessor, pre means before, processor means processing. Before processing, what will happen? Our C source code is converted into the expanded C source code. That means our C program, the programmer written C source code, C program is converted into the expanded C source code with the help of this preprocessor. So that means the C preprocessors will execute the program once, then that will be converted into source code to expanded source code. Okay, so preprocessor, before processing, the preprocessor will execute the C program. Okay, so like that the preprocessor directories or convert C source code into the expanded C source code. That is the concept of preprocessors. Then the types of preprocessors. Now, how many types of C processors means? So the main and important C preprocessors are two types. Number one, macro expansion and file inclusion. Okay, so one more is also there, that is defined directories. Okay, that is generally not used by the programmers. These two are very important concept. One is macro expansion and file inclusion, that is are also used by the programmer. Okay, preprocessor directories. Okay, then the macro expansion and the file inclusion, these are the two types of preprocessors available, mainly available in the C language. Today we will discuss these two topics. Then the first thing for today we will discuss the first thing, that is macro expansion preprocessors. Okay, now first we will discuss about macro expansion preprocessor. Okay, now the macro expansion C preprocessor is again two types. Number one, simple macro expansion, and number two, macro with the argument expansion. Okay, so generally the preprocessors first type is macro expansion. Okay, the macro expansion is again classified into two types. Number one, simple macro expansion, and number two is macro with arguments. These are the two types of macro expansions of preprocessors available in the C language. Now, what is the macro? What is the macro expansion? Okay, so a macro is designed with the help of hash defined keyword. The hash defined keyword have some value. So this hash defined preprocessor will execute total C program once and replace the expansion value in the place of macro name. Okay, when the macro name is occurred in the C program, so simply it will replace the values instead of macro name. So this is the type of macro expansion. So this macro expansion is again classified into two types: simple macro expansion and macro with arguments expansion. So if you learn these two topics with the examples, we clearly understand what is the macro and what is the macro expansion and macro expansion with the arguments. Now we will discuss these two topics. Okay, then simple macro expansion, first one. Okay, so with the help of hash defined directive, macro name with the replacement value is called simple macro. Okay, with the help of hash defined directive, okay, a simple macro is designed. Okay, in the place of macro name, the macro value will be replaced. Okay, that means here observe the syntax carefully. Here hash define. Okay, hash define is the keyword is used to design macro. Then space macro name, then space macro value. Now what will happen? When this line is executed by the C compiler, then our source code is executed from top to bottom once. That's why it is called as the preprocessor. Before processing, once it is processed. That's why the macro is called as the preprocessor. Okay. Now, with the help of hash define keyword, the hash define space macro name space macro value, then what will happen? From the first line of the program to the end line of the program, total the program is processed once, then it will replace the values of macro names with macro values. So this is done by the hash define keyword, hash define directive. So for example, if you observe the example, then here hash define, okay, pi space 3.1418 here. Here hash define, hash define. As for syntactical rule, both are same. Then in the place of macro name, I write pi. Pi means pi. Okay. So then macro value, in the place of macro value, I written 3.14158 something. Okay. Now this hash define preprocessor will execute entire the program, then convert the C source code into expanded C source code as whenever pi macro name is occurred in that place, so the value is replaced from top to the bottom of the program. Okay, so like that the preprocessors will be worked. This is the called as a simple macro expansion. That means a simple macro expansion contain macro name. So when the macro name is occurred, what value should be replaced? So this is the only simple methodology. Okay, so like that, this is the first example. Then observe the second example also here. Okay, hash define when the and macro name is occurred, that is the macro name in the program. Okay, so and macro name, and keyword. So the keyword means that is a word, macro name. Okay, and macro name is occurred in the program. In that place, you have to replace double ampersand operator. Okay, this operator is the AND operator of C language. So you have to replace when the and is available, in that place the AND operator I am replacing. Okay, so means the hash define preprocessor will process the total C program. So when the macro name is occurred in the program, simply in that place it replaces the double ampersand symbol. Okay, like that the simple macro will be worked. Okay, now we will see the examples. Okay, so now observe the program carefully. Hash define upper 25. Here in this example, the macro name is upper. Okay, when the macro name upper is occurred, simply replace the value of 25. This is a simple macro. Okay, now according to the rule of macros, the macro is executed the total C program from top to bottom. Okay, that means so it will comes to the program, that is main, and ends to the program in the main. Okay, that means from starting of the main program to ending of the main program, that means the total C program. Okay, total C program once processed, before execution once processed. So that's why this is called as the preprocessor. Okay, the hash define keyword, the hash define directive will execute entire C program. Then when the upper macro name is occurred, in that place simply it will replace the value as 25. Okay, this is the concept of simple macro. Now in this program, what will happen? Now execution is like this. Then comes to first line. integer I. So then what will happen? I variable is created in the RAM. Then for loop for I equal to 1. Okay, so it's all, this total process is executed in the execution mode. But in the preprocessor mode, what will happen? In the preprocessor mode, simply it will check and verifies each and every line. So simply it will comes to the first line. In this line, upper is not available. Then comes to the second line. So in this line also upper is not available. No, simply it will comes to the third line. So in the third line, it will find out upper macro name upper. In this place, simply it will replace the 25. Then comes to the next line. So here also no macro name. Then close with the help of close curly brace, the program execution will be, that means the preprocessor execution will be terminated. Okay, so when the preprocessor execution is terminated, then what will happen? Our C source code is converted as expandable C source code as I is less than or equal to 25 in the place of upper. So simply it will replace 25. Now this expanded C source code is entering into the processing. In that processing, simply now I variable is declared. I for the for loop is executed from I equal to 1 to 25. That means 25 times it will be executed. The for loop will be looped 25 times. Then the printf keyword, the printf statement will print the I value continuously. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. Okay, up to 25. This will be happened in the processing mode. Okay, so but in the preprocessor mode, simply it will replace the 25 value. Okay, so when the upper macro name is occurred, when the upper macro name is occurred. Okay, like that the simple macro is executed by the preprocessor. Okay, then next comes to another example. Okay, this is the second example. Here in this second example, okay, this is also a simple macro. Okay, here I am writing the macro name as pi, pi. So the pi macro have the value of some 3.1415. Means the hash defined directive, preprocessor directive, execute total program when the pi is occurs, the macro name is occurs, simply it will replace the 3.1415 as the value. Okay, that is the use of the preprocessor's concept. Then the preprocessor will execute total program. It will come to the first line. Okay, so here there is no change. Second line, no change. Third line, no change. Fourth line, in the fourth line, what will happen? The macro name is occurred. Okay, so in this place, the macro name place, simply it will replace the value of 3.1415. Why? Because here I declared as pi, hash defined pi 3.1415. Okay, now the line, the statement of this is converted as area is assigned to 3.1415 into r. Then printf area. Then comes to next line, printf area of a circle. In this place also there is no pi processor name. Okay, then close curly brace. Then the program will be, pre-processing will be closed. So what will happen? Any changes is occurred in this program? Yes, occurred at this line. Okay, in which line? So 1 to third line. In third line the change is occurred. So in the place of macro name, simply it will replace the 3.1415 as the value. So this is also a example of simple macro. Now one more example is there. That means a simple macro may also contain values and may also contain another pictorial information. That means operators also. Okay, so you have to write whatever it may be. Hash define means the hash define pre-processor directive simply replace the macro name is occurs, then in place of macro name, it will replace the value. Okay, that is the concept of hash defined preprocessor. Then comes to here, in this program, there are two preprocessors are there. That means the program is 2 times it will be preprocessed, 2 times it will be executed by the preprocessor. So first macro name is and. Okay, in the place of and, when the and macro name is occurred, simply replace 2 and symbols. Then second macro name is there. Second macro name is or. So when the or macro name is occurred in the program, simply it will replace the 2 pipe symbols. Simply it will replace the 2 pipe symbols. That means or operator. This is and operator. So like that I am designing the preprocessors, 2 preprocessors in the program. Then what will happen? Okay, now the first preprocessor will execute the total C program. Then come to the first line. Here there is no and preprocessor. So come to the second line. So in this line, here what will happen? AND and preprocessor name is occurs. So simply in this place, it will replace as the and symbol. Then next line, next line, next line. There is no change. Then first preprocessor execution is completed. Then comes to second preprocessor. Okay, that is OR. When the OR preprocessor occurs, that means macro name occurs, simply it will replace the and operator, that means 2 pipe symbols operator. So then again comes to the first line, no change. Second line, at this place or macro name is there, in this place simply it will replaces the 2 pipe symbols. Okay, so then what will happen? Then at the end of the program there is no change. That means here after completion of the 2 preprocessors execution, that means 2 macros, simple macros execution, then the code is converted as in the place of and, simply it will replace 2 and symbols, that means and operator. In the or macro name, okay, so it will replace the or operator. Okay, so then these are the modifications occurred in the program. Okay, like that our program is preprocessed with the help of macro, simple macro. So one more type of simple macro is also available. What is that? Means when the macro is occurred, not only replace the values, not only replace the operators, but also replace the statements also. The value may be statements. That means the macro value may be the macro expansion value, maybe value, maybe operators, maybe statements also. Okay, in this example here hash define, when the found found macro occurs, then what will happen? So in that place simply you write the value as printf the Yankee Dolly virus. Okay, whatever it may be the printf statement. Okay, with the I replace the printf statement. Okay, now what will happen? The hash defined directive simple macro is executed total this program when the found is occurs. Okay, so in that place, so here found is occurred. So at third line of the program, then in this place simply the printf statement is replaced. Then afterwards there is no change. Then the preprocessor, that means simple macro execution is completed. Now what will happen? In the found place simply it will replaces the a statement. Like that the simple macros will be worked in the programming. That means the simple macro expansion value may be a number, maybe a statement, maybe a operator. Okay, so with the help of all these these programs, I will explain it the simple macro. Okay, the simple macros are very important. Okay, then comes to macro with arguments, second one. Okay, so first one is simple macros, second one is macro with arguments. Okay, in the macros preprocessor section. Okay, then second section is file inclusion section is there again. Now comes to the macros with arguments expansion. Then what will happen? The macros can have arguments just as functions, and its expansion of macro, then that is called as macro with arguments. That means the macro have some arguments also, like functions. Okay, so C language functions already we discussed. So the C language functions have some arguments passing, some argument, it will receive some arguments. According to the receiving of arguments, okay, the function is executed. Okay, we will discuss in the functions chapter thoroughly. Okay, right. Now the macros can have arguments just as a functions. Like functions, the macro can have arguments, and its expansion of macro, then the expansion of macro is available like expansion like a function definition. Okay, so this type of macros are called as macro with argument expansion. Okay, here syntax hash define, macro name, then arguments. So total this is called as macro name. The macro name contain arguments. A macro contain arguments like function, then what will happen in that place? The macro is replaced with expansion of macro. Expansion of macro. Okay, so like that, if the macro is in this form, this the type of macros are called as macro with arguments expansion. Macros with arguments expansion. Okay, right. Now what will happen? We will explain thoroughly in the example program. Here a macro with arguments concept. A macro is there, area macro. So with the argument of x, when this type of macro is occurred in the programming, then what will happen? You have to replace with the value of some 3.14 into x into x. That means the macro have in the parenthesis some argument, that is x argument. So like this, the macro is available, the macro is occurred in the C program. Then in that particular place, simply it will replace the value of some expansion value as 3.14 into x into x. Now what will happen? It will comes to the hash defined preprocessor directive will execute total this program. Okay, before processing, simply comes to the first line, no change, then comes to the second line. Then what will happen? Area macro name is matched with the macro name area. Then in the place of ax, the r1 value is there. Okay, now what will happen? In this place, simply it will replace as 3.14 into r1 into r1. Why? Because if x is available, then it have to replace 3.14 x into x. So if r1 is available, simply it will replace as r1 into r1, 3.14 r1 into r1. Now then comes to second line, no change, third line. Okay, then comes to here, what will happen? Now area of r2. So this is also same in the form of macro with arguments. So in the place of the particular macro, then what will happen? 3.14 r2 into r2, it will be replaced. Okay, then preprocessor execution is completed. Now this program is converted into like this. the before program is converted into like this. After completion of preprocessor execution, then the program is converted into here A is assigned to 3.14, the R1 value is 6.25, so R1 into R1, that means 6.25 into 6.25, then again the R2 value 2.5, now 3.14 R2 into R2, that means 3.14 into 2.5 into 2.5, like that. The macro with argument, okay, preprocessor will process the C program and convert into source code to the expanded source code, okay, like that. The macros are used as preprocessors in the C language, okay. So the macros are majorly two types. Number one, simple macros. Number two, macro with arguments. Macro with arguments, okay. So these are the two types of macros are available. So the macro is the first preprocessor concept in the C language. Now second concept is file inclusion, okay. Before file inclusion, we will explain one more example of a macro with the argument concept, okay. Here hash define, the macro name is square of square with argument is n. If the macro is available like this, simply replace the value as n into n. Then here when this macro with argument preprocessor executed the program, so what changes are occurred in this program? So simply it will come to the first line, no change. Come to the second line. Here j is assigned to 64 by square of 4. So square of 4 means this is the same just like the macro. So square of, when the square of n is occurred, simply replace n into n. So here square of 4 is occurred, simply it will replace 4 into 4, that is 16. That means now the statement is converted as j is assigned to 64 by 4 into 4. That means 4 4s are 16, 64 divided by 16, okay. So like that the preprocessor is convert the program. So this is also a example of a macro with a argument concept, okay. Like that the macro preprocessor directive have two types. Number one is simple macro, number two is macro with arguments. Then comes to second type of preprocessors, that is file inclusion, okay. So generally the file inclusion concept, where knowingly or unknowingly we are using the file inclusion concept from the first day of the class, first day of the C program. Why? Because always we are writing in the C program hash include stdio.h, standard input output.h. So this is a concept of file inclusion. Means in the file inclusion concept, our source file is included with another file. The file may be programmer defined file or the file may be pre-defined file. Predefined file means software designed file. So with the help of file inclusion concept, we can connect, okay. So the software designed files like stdio.h, like conio.h, okay. So header files, we can include header files as well as you can include the programmer defined files also to the source code. Now the file inclusion concept preprocessor will convert C source program into extended C source program. So the file inclusion concept include one file to another file with hash include directive methodology. With the help of hash include directive methodology, the one file is included to another file. Okay, so in this syntax, observe carefully. You may include files to our source code with two types of file inclusion mechanisms. First one is hash include. File name is included in the double quotes is the one mechanism, and another mechanism is another type of file inclusion is, so the file name is mentioned in the less than and greater than symbols. Okay, the file name is mentioned in the double quotes is the one type of file inclusion method. Another type of file inclusion method is the file name is mentioned in the less than and greater than symbols. So what are the differences between these two means? If file is included with double quotes, here observe the example carefully. Hash include concept is used to include the files into our source code, include a specific file to our source code. Then the inclusion file is mentioned in the double quotes. So the command would look for the file goto.c. A goto.c program in the current directory as well as the specified list of directories as mentioned in the include search path that might have been set up. Means the goto.c file is included to our source code. So if you mentioned the goto.c a file name in the double quotes, what will happen? It will search whether it is found or not. If it is found, simply it will bring that file and include to our source code. Okay, so with the help of so the searching is done in the place of specified list of directories mentioned in the inclusion search path. Okay, so inclusion search path lo mention చేసినటువంటి total path means total directories are verified, and the current directory also verified if the particular file is available or not. Okay, so this is the one type of file inclusion. Another type of file inclusion is so hash include goto.c. That means the goto.c, that means a file is included to our source code with the help of greater than and less than symbols. The file name is mentioned in the greater than and less than symbols. Then what will happen? This command would look for the file goto.c in the specified list of directories only. In the specified list of directories only, not in the current directory. Okay, that is the difference between the file inclusion methods in two ways. Okay, so next, generally we used this file inclusion methods in the programming. Here observe the programming carefully. So stdio.h means standard input output.h header file. Then conio.h console input output.h header file, and math.h so means the mathematical header file. These three files are designed by the C software. That three files are included to my source program, that is the void main open curly brace to the close curly brace. This is my source code. This source code is included with stdio.h, with conio.h and math.h files. Then what will happen? My source code is converted into the expanded source code. What is the necessity in the program to include these three files to my source code? Means here I used printf statement. The printf function is a built-in function. The built-in function is used to print the information on the output screen. So the printf function is a built-in function available in the standard input output.h header file, stdio.h header file. So you should include that file to our source code. Then only the printf statement is executed. Why? Because the printf function definition is available in the stdio.h header file. Okay, so that's why I include with the help of preprocessor #include concept stdio.h header file is included to my program. Then here I am mentioned the CLR/SCR, clear screen function. So this built-in function will clear an output screen. So the CLR/SCR function is available in the conio.h header file. So that file must be included to my source code. That's why here with the help of #include conio.h concept, I will include the conio.h header file. Now in this program I used sqrt function, that means square root function. The square root function will find out the square root of a particular given value. Now the sqrt function, built-in function, is available in the math.h header file. That's why the math.h header file must be included to my source code. So with the help of file inclusion concept, I will include the math.h header file. So then what will happen? My source code, before processing, the file inclusion stdio.h with the file inclusion concept, stdio.h file is connected to my source code. Then conio.h header file is connected to my source code, and math.h source code is also connected to my program. So then what will happen? My program is converted as expanded source code. My source code is converted as expanded source code. Okay, like that the preprocessors will change the programmer code. Okay, then the expanded C source code will entering into the execution. Then afterwards that is converted into the object code, and then afterwards it is converted into the executable code. The executable code is entering into the processor. The processor will process the executable code only, then it will give the result. Like that the preprocessors will change the C source code into the extendable C source code. Okay, so this is the internally happened with the preprocessors concept. Okay, like that the preprocessors are worked in the C language. Okay, so now conclude of my class. So today we will discuss about the preprocessors available in the C language. Thank you one and all.